Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. Doing card of the day. Today I'm using the Aquarian Tarot. I didn't even clear these yet. Ooh, I forgot. Gotta clear them. I forgot to clear them. I was too wrapped up in my face and I forgot. Okay. Get a card for the day here. Come on. Don't be shy. Give me the card. Wow, is this taking its sweet ass time? Oh, again. Alright. Give me a card for the day for the people. Oh, I almost had one flip over. Getting warmer. Come on. Well, I don't need 3 cards. I'll leave those there for a minute because that's 11. Let's take the card that came out upright. The Fool. It's that white flower that comes from the Death card. There we go. In Technicolor. The O. They're not 2 O's, it's 2 circles with the Vesica Pisces in the middle. So not only is this representative of a new beginning, but it's literally the beginning of the formation of anything right in the middle there. I do get this sort of forlorn feeling, this a little bit of mourning energy, as in M-O-U-R. And he's got the Wands rod and he's wearing orange, so it's just... I'm feeling like listless instead of impassioned. It's kind of like Eeyore setting out on the beginning of a journey. Now, let me bring up these other 2 cards that came out. 6 of Rods, so a wand just like the Fool is carrying, and the 5 of Pentacles, both inverted. Now here we have 11 together. So this background energy that flopped out with the Fool is getting over this feeling of, in the last cycle that's been completed, the last death cycle right before this new I don't want to say journey. It's like you got into a certain point and there's a fork in the road and you're like, I feel like it's not really worth it, but I'm gonna make a decision to go somewhere and just sort of start out on this path from where you've been, just sort of dragging your heels like one foot after the other until you know, at least to begin to germinate in some way, because you can't stand the stagnancy anymore. Now those 2 cards, the 6 of rods inverted is like failure, access denied. But the Five of Pentacles inverted is like getting over this feeling of being shut out. So it's kind of like, you know, again, this feeling of being sore from coming up against a brick wall. And here is the Fool having walked around the brick wall, because somehow it's like in Twister when they're driving on the road and the house falls right on the goddamn road. You know, it's like he's like, I gotta go, we got cows. So it's like there isn't a grand excitement. There's no, you know, party to send you on your way. It's, you know, it's like I'm hearing the Lone Ranger, but I mean even the Lone Ranger had Tonto, but he's like he's more like Django. He's just like going out there to kick ass and take names, and you know, ran out of ink to write down the names. But again, it's just this kind of, I really get a feeling of, you know, setting out while looking at your feet. You're doing the activity of moving forward, but it's like you practically dragging yourself. It's like literally pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. It's like your higher self is like dragging the toddler you by the arm on the ground. They're like carrying you under the arm while you're kicking and screaming. But it's like you're not kicking and screaming at this point. You're just kind of hanging limp and allowing yourself to be propelled forward, even though it's like your heart is hurting and you're not excited about the new path at this point. This is the energy that I'm getting from this Fool with this background energy. It's like you know that it's time to go, so you're going. But the whole time you're looking at your feet thinking about how much it hurts. And I mean, it really has to do also with the reading that I did yesterday, where the energy wasn't really coming through, and there's this dealing of an interpersonal relationship where one person can't really see what's going on to heal himself, and the other one's waking up, but they're just like, so it's like nothing's in black and white. It's a series of gray scales, but the only thing that's definite is that there's a new seed that's opening up, you know, and again, there's this death flower. It's like it's also a transformation. It's 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 like this branch is like a bean sprout, and he's like brown because he's in the dirt, and it's orange because it's that like, it's like the DNA turned on, and it's like run program. So the program is running, but it's there's not enough. It's like there's not enough cellular structure for there to be a heartbeat yet. You know, it's like an embryonic phase. And again, there's just this very heavy feeling where it's like it's like emotional lingering emotional trauma because of lack of grounding. It's like the roots aren't deep enough for the thing to sprout out of the ground. So it's you just feel like you're, you know, it's this still is like this feeling of being buried alive, even though there's a new forward movement. You know, it's you know, it's like you thought you'd drown, but you wake up to find yourself on the respirator. And then you're like, well, now it's like, well, I guess I gotta go, like, put on some dry clothes and, like, go home and, like, whatever. So I don't know if that's, if all these little examples are clear, but it's moving forward while still healing from pain. And it's like, it's kind of like, again, here's another one. It's like if the werewolf wasn't all the way transformed and ended up at a furry convention instead of out in the woods. You know, it's like something, it's, there's something, it's not like it's artificial. It's like you know kind of where you go, but you don't know really how to meet the full blooming, like, grand um transformation. You know, it's like a Vegas dancer coming down with, like, the fluffy stuff, and then they go to do the, or it's like when Frankenfurter takes off his cape in the big reveal. It's like, instead of, like, opening it and having the silver and, like the underwear and stuff, if, like, he got caught in the cape and couldn't take it off and it didn't come out right, and stuff like that. It's like you're it's like you're it's like the quap game. It's like you're still moving the guy towards the finish line, but he's just kind of flopping around all over the place. So I feel like that's enough analogies and that it should make sense what I'm saying. So um, if you, what I would like is is feedback on the reading. I want to know if people are feeling these energies that I'm picking up on, and if it makes any sense. Like, I want to know if it's resonating, if people see this. I will do personal readings. These are my contacts. All of these contacts and links and the link to my art catalog are in the description box of my infomercial video. That's linked below this one. So, infomercial video description box. There's going to be a list and the prices for my tarot readings. It'll be delivered like this. You'll say what you want, what your focus is. You know, like, if you have a question or whatever, depending on the reading. And then you'll get an unlisted URL for your tarot video. Elbows on my desk here, I'm shaking the camera. So, and then also in the description box of the infomercial video, there'll be the links. You'll see, again, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, DeviantArt. I've got a couple playing card decks on the NPC website. Those will be linked. DeviantArt, Cafe Press. The PDF link for the Google Drive for my catalog is there. Facebook, art, Twitter. My email is thecatcamebackatcamp at gmail.com. Let's see what else. What else am I doing? I was supposed to be working on a WordPress, but I'm busy and my brain couldn't deal with learning WordPress yet. So it's eventually I'll have a singular website at some point. What else am I doing? I'm still working on cataloging in terms of data, all my artworks. It's taking me a long time, and when I get further with that, I'm going to be adding more stuff to my catalog. I kind of don't want to make it too many pages. A lot of the stuff that's in here already is made to order, and I have a couple pages of a la carte stuff. But the file bin that I am working on down here, that's not as full anymore. The file bin has a whole bunch of crap in it, and the box of big drawings under my bed is still pretty full. So I have those. I have a couple of paintings that I'll be adding to the catalog eventually. I don't want to have like 100 pages of stuff and be as overwhelming as the merch on my cafe press. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing art, I'm doing tarot. And I'm also apparently doing a novel blitz reading right now. I'm rereading some Anne Rice stuff because apparently it's relevant to my spiritual interests at this point. And some of the themes that I'm reading I've talked about in my card of the day readings for the last couple of days, but I don't remember what they are and I couldn't tell you, and I probably won't, but it's definitely images that are coming from that. What else? Eventually I'm going to have a couple of oracle type card decks. Oh, and I do have a free tarot deck that you can get. It's listed in the infomercial description box too. It's the images are bootleg. It's my music tarot deck, and I will email you the PDF for free. And if you have 10 pages of cardstock, you can print it out. So all the cards are songs. And also, one of the other things that I'm making, I have a bunch of packs that I made up, little envelopes of chapbooks that have poetry that's in my book Lantern, which is on Amazon, and it's also in Kindle format. And you can there's little art cards in there, so it's kind of like getting a little tarot reading, because they're all different, because there's a bunch of different printed cards that I have. I made a bunch of different variations again, and then all of the actual ATCs that I've made, they're going to be in like the little acetate sheets. Those are all different. They're like singular. They're made up of like tiny drawings and old drawings, and I've got some less tiny drawings that I've been chopping up and sticking in the envelopes with them. So those are the chapbook packs. There's little poems, there's art, and then there's links to the sites in them. So it's kind of like a little mystery gift pack, and those you can order as well. They're actually in the catalog. Yeah, so half of this is just me rambling about all my shit. I do have Energy Forms coloring book and Draco Forms coloring book, and those are also listed in the description box of my infomercial video. I might actually finish the Music Forms coloring book. I started it in 2016 and bailed, and eventually there's going to be a crystal coloring book and an angel coloring book when I finish my angel deck, so at some point.